Hi, Yvonne here at Yvonne's Craft Room. Here's a card that Rhona discovered. She brought it over so excited, and I thought what a great idea to share with all of you so you could try this card. Before we cut the paper, here's on a sample Whisper White what the dimensions will be. 5 1/4 by 11 3/4. This is on your goods guide, scored at 4 3/4. And the reason why you're going to flip it over is see how you have those ridges? You want the bumps on the inside so your DSP paper won't crack. So score it at 7 3/4 and 1 3/4. Now with your designer series paper with the pattern facing up that you want to show on your card, you score at 4 3/4 inches, then flip it over and score at 1 3/4 inches and 7 3/4 inches. This is Parisian Bloom's designer series paper, and all of the information is down below that I'll give you for dimensions and paper, everything. The reason why you score like this with your score blade is that it stretches the fibers in the paper. Once you've done a nice score, then you can easily fold it and use a bone folder on it, and the paper's not going to crack or rip or tear on those edges. Okay, so there is your accordion fold. And you can see a nice crisp fold with your bone folder, and the paper's not cracked or torn on those edges. Then adhere it to your card base, which is Pool Party 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The inside sentiment I cut out a Whisper White, and I used the rectangle stitched dies, and I cut out from the 4th from the largest in and cut that out, and then I used the stitch shape circles and cut out for the sentiment that's going on the front of the card, and I used the second largest circle for that. Okay, after cutting out the I used Petal Pink on the circle, by the way. Then I used the stamp apparatus, and I used the stamp set Forever Blossoms, and using black Memento ink I cut out the flowers with the dies, matching dies to that set, the Cherry Blossoms dies. And you notice the die cut's really nice clean cut to that, and that's on black Memento ink I stamped. Did I mention that? Then with some Petal Pink ink, I sponge daubed on the flowers, just a little tint of color, and that matches the designer series paper. Rather than just leaving it black and white, I thought a bit of color would really look nice on that. Okay, after that, we're going to stamp the sentiment, the Petal Pink sentiment, that circle, and I used the stamp set Peaceful Moments, and I stamped the Happy Birthday in Memento Black. And then for the sentiment on the inside, stitched a rectangle, I used the sentiment Wishing You Every Happiness from the same stamp set. And from the the Forever Blossoms dies, one of the flowers, I just stamped a flower there and sponge daubed it with some Petal Pink ink as well to match that. Then adhere the sentiment onto your card, and I put it on the inside fold so that if you write messages in that, when the card's standing up, you won't see that. It'll be kept private, but if they want to put it up, it'll look really nice. And just place the stitch circle, and I just put some Tombow on the edge of that so that it wouldn't go past that fold. Placed it, you notice I stamped it to the right of the circle to give myself a little room. I cut out with the dies, the Cherry Blossom dies, an extra piece of that flowers, and I'm just offsetting it with some Tombow, the stamped colored one over top. I just thought that gave a little extra strength to it, and it showed off that blue a bit more on that edge. Then with some stamping dimensionals, pop that on the front. And then I used the Champagne Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And I didn't push these hard down because I wasn't sure of the placement. So put the large one there, you can see that, one on the top. And then I used the pretty Petal Pink ribbon. It's called it's just called Petal Pink, but it's got a pretty metallic edge to it. Put it with a glue dot, put the bow on, and then I just moved that one rhinestone because it was kind of hidden behind the flower. And there, give it a good firm glue down. There's your card. Thanks, Rhona. This was a pretty card. Really enjoyed making it. I hope you try this out. Bye for now. Thanks for visiting Yvonne's craft room. Happy stamping!